There's something changing inside you, and it's not your imagination. You might feel a little more tired lately. Or you've noticed your sleep isn't as deep, your moods feel more fragile, or your body doesn't respond quite the way it used to. Maybe there's a sudden wave of forgetfulness, or a stubborn weight gain that doesn't seem to budge. You wonder if it's just age catching up with you. But beneath all of these symptoms, there may be something else quietly shifting. Your hormones. Welcome to Elder Wisdom, where we take the time to gently explore the real, often unspoken experiences of growing older. So, what is really happening to your body after 65? While hormones are often discussed in the context of youth, puberty, pregnancy, menopause, they remain essential in older adulthood too. Hormones are chemical messengers that regulate nearly every system in the body. They help control sleep, mood, energy, bone strength, heart health, digestion, memory, and more. And as we age, they don't disappear, but they do change. The hormonal shifts that occur after 65 are subtle and gradual, but their effects can be profound. In women, estrogen and progesterone levels continue to decline post-menopause, affecting everything from bone density to brain clarity. In men, testosterone levels drop slowly over time, often leading to reduced energy, lower libido, and changes in muscle mass or mood. But beyond these commonly known hormones, others like cortisol, insulin, melatonin, and thyroid hormones also play a vital role, and they don't always get the attention they deserve. These chemical messengers can affect how well we handle stress, regulate our sleep cycles, maintain a healthy weight, and even fight off illness. The truth is, many older adults are living with unrecognized hormonal imbalances. These imbalances may not be dramatic or dangerous at first glance, but over time, they can quietly chip away at your quality of life. Fatigue becomes normal, brain fog becomes expected, and many people suffer in silence, believing these symptoms are just part of aging. But here's the good news. There are ways to support your body naturally and gently without resorting to extremes or invasive treatments. By understanding what's changing and why, you can take steps to feel more like yourself again, to restore clarity, vitality, and comfort in your body. To understand what's really happening to your body after 65, we must look beyond the surface and listen to what your hormones are trying to tell you. Let's start with one of the most well-known hormones, estrogen. While estrogen is typically associated with women's health, it plays a much larger role in the entire body than many realize. After menopause, estrogen levels decline significantly. This can lead to changes in bone strength, as estrogen is essential for maintaining bone density. Without it, bones may become brittle, increasing the risk of fractures. Estrogen also influences memory, mood, and even the elasticity of your skin and the moisture of your eyes and joints. A shortage of it doesn't cause sudden failure, but rather a slow and steady dulling of what once felt sharp and clear. In men, the slow but steady decline of testosterone begins as early as the 40s, but after 65, it can lead to noticeable changes. Lower testosterone can mean reduced muscle mass, slower healing, lower motivation, and emotional flatness. Many older men find themselves wondering where their drive went, not just in a physical sense, but also in how they approach life. They may not feel depressed exactly, but rather dulled, detached, a little more tired than before. Another key player is cortisol, the body's main stress hormone. As we age, our body may struggle to regulate cortisol effectively, especially after decades of accumulated stress. This can lead to persistent anxiety, poor sleep, high blood pressure, and even weight gain, especially around the abdomen. When cortisol stays elevated, your body is always in a subtle state of alarm, which takes a toll over time. Melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep, also changes after 65. Your body produces less of it, and the result is often lighter, more disrupted sleep. You may wake up too early or struggle to fall back asleep in the night. This isn't just frustrating, it disrupts the body's repair cycle, leading to more fatigue and a foggier mind during the day. Then there's insulin, the hormone that helps regulate your blood sugar. As we grow older, the body becomes less sensitive to insulin, meaning blood sugar levels can spike more easily. This not only affects energy and appetite, it increases the risk of developing type 2 diabetes and contributes to chronic inflammation, a silent driver of many age-related diseases. Finally, thyroid hormones, which help control metabolism, also tend to shift after 65. A slightly underactive thyroid is common, and its symptoms are often mistaken for normal aging. Fatigue, weight gain, sensitivity to cold, dry skin, or memory issues. You might be noticing a pattern. All of these hormones work together. When one drifts out of balance, it can affect the entire system. That's why aging often feels like a mosaic of little discomforts. Not enough to knock you down, but enough to steal the ease from your days. But here's where hope lives. These changes aren't a life sentence, they're signals. Your body is communicating, and once you learn its language, you can respond with wisdom and care. As we grow older, our bodies speak to us in quieter ways. A shift in mood, a change in appetite, a lack of motivation that wasn't there before. These subtle signs are easy to overlook, but often they are gentle nudges from your hormones asking for attention. One of the most common symptoms of hormonal change in later life is persistent fatigue. Not the kind of tiredness that comes after a long day, but a deeper kind, the kind that doesn't lift after sleep. You may find yourself dragging through the day or needing more rest than usual, yet still feeling unrefreshed. This kind of exhaustion can be linked to low thyroid hormones, reduced testosterone, or imbalances in cortisol and melatonin. Mood changes are another signal. Feelings of sadness, irritability, or a vague sense of unease can point to changes in estrogen, testosterone, or cortisol. Many people in their later years chalk it up to aging. But in truth, your emotional well-being is deeply influenced by your hormone health. Sleep problems also offer clues. If you wake up too early, have trouble falling asleep, or find your nights are interrupted by restlessness, it may not be just your mattress or bedtime routine. A dip in melatonin, elevated cortisol levels, or even thyroid dysfunction could be contributing. Another red flag is stubborn weight gain, especially around the belly. This often results from insulin resistance, a condition where your body doesn't respond to insulin properly. It's very common after 65 and can be worsened by elevated cortisol and declining sex hormones. This type of weight gain is not just cosmetic, it increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and fatigue. Memory lapses, too, can be linked to hormones. If you find yourself forgetting familiar names, misplacing things, or struggling to concentrate, it may be related to a drop in estrogen, testosterone, or thyroid hormones, all of which play vital roles in brain function. For women, vaginal dryness, hot flashes, and decreased interest in intimacy may persist long after menopause, all tied to continuing estrogen and progesterone changes. For men, lowered libido, erectile difficulties, or a lack of motivation may point to declining testosterone. Even changes in skin, hair, and nails, like thinning hair, brittle nails, or dry, crepey skin, can be traced back to shifts in hormones. Your body's texture and resilience reflect what's happening beneath the surface. These symptoms don't always scream for attention. They whisper. But together, they shape how you feel day after day. And the good news is, they are not irreversible. They are not just your new normal. They are signals. And when heard, they can be supported and soothed. And if you've made it this far, I thank you for trusting this space and this voice. please consider subscribing to Elder Wisdom if you haven't already. This channel is here to walk beside you with warmth, knowledge, and the deep respect you deserve. You don't need to overhaul your life to feel better. Often, the path to balanced hormones begins with small, thoughtful changes, daily habits that respect your body and work with its natural rhythms. Start with sleep. Good sleep is not just rest, it's repair. After 65, your body may struggle to produce enough melatonin, which affects how well you fall and stay asleep. A simple solution: go outside in the morning light. Natural sunlight on your skin and eyes helps your brain regulate melatonin production later in the day. Limit screen time at night, create a calming bedtime routine, and keep your room cool and dark. Herbal teas like chamomile or lemon balm can help, as can gentle stretching before bed. Movement is also key. You don't need intense workouts, just regular motion. Walking, gardening, tai chi, or water aerobics all help keep your insulin in check, lower cortisol, and naturally support testosterone and estrogen levels. Exercise doesn't just strengthen muscles and bones. It lifts mood, improves sleep, and sharpens memory. Aim for consistency, not perfection. Nutrition is the next pillar. Your hormones rely on certain building blocks, healthy fats, proteins, and micronutrients, to function properly. Include omega-3 rich foods like salmon, flax seeds, or walnuts. Eat colorful vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Try to reduce processed sugars and white carbs, which spike insulin and throw your system off balance. And hydration, something so basic yet often overlooked, plays a big role. Dehydration can stress the body, raise cortisol, and slow metabolism. Sip water throughout the day, and if plain water is dull, infuse it with a slice of lemon, cucumber, or mint. Don't forget stress management. High cortisol levels can wreak havoc on every other hormone in your body. Deep breathing, prayer, meditation, or quiet time in nature can work wonders. Even 5 minutes of mindful stillness each day can calm your nervous system and help regulate hormonal flow. Support your thyroid gently with iodine-rich foods like seaweed, eggs, and dairy if tolerated. If fatigue or brain fog persists, it's worth discussing thyroid testing with your doctor. Even slight imbalances matter more in older age. Lastly, meaningful connection is medicine. Laughing with a friend, feeling heard, or giving to others can increase oxytocin, a hormone that eases stress, lowers blood pressure, and promotes healing. Connection isn't just emotional, it's biological. The goal is not to be perfect, but to be attentive. Your body is constantly communicating. With just a few shifts in lifestyle, better sleep, more movement, real food, less stress, and deeper relationships, you can dramatically improve how you feel. Now, at this stage in life, you've already overcome so much. You've cared for others. You've worked hard. You've experienced joy and sorrow. And now, in this season, it's time to care for yourself with that same tenderness. Listening to your body is a powerful act of self-respect. If something feels off, persistent fatigue, changes in mood, unexpected weight gain, memory fog, or anything that feels unfamiliar, it's not something to push aside. It's a signal, and it deserves attention. This is where the role of your doctor or healthcare provider becomes important. But you don't have to walk in feeling confused or overwhelmed. You can be prepared. Start by keeping a simple journal of your symptoms. Note what you feel when you feel it and how it affects your daily life. This gives your doctor a clearer picture and helps guide any testing or treatment. Don't hesitate to ask about your thyroid, cortisol, insulin, melatonin, or sex hormones. These aren't just youth hormones. They matter deeply after 65. You don't need to pursue extreme interventions or medications unless they're necessary. Sometimes just understanding the imbalance can lead to supportive therapies, nutritional shifts, herbal support, or small lifestyle changes that restore balance gently and safely. Hormone replacement therapy, HRT, may be appropriate for some, but it's not for everyone. The decision should always be made in partnership with a trusted healthcare provider, weighing benefits and risks thoughtfully. Many older adults benefit greatly from natural support, balancing blood sugar, reducing inflammation, improving sleep quality, and restoring emotional balance with non-invasive tools. But beyond the science and strategies, there's something even more essential to hold on to. You are not broken. Hormonal changes are not failures. They are a natural part of life, a part of growing, of evolving, of becoming. There's grace in that, and there is wisdom in responding not with panic or shame, but with curiosity, care, and compassion. This stage of life is not the end of vitality. It is a quieter, deeper chapter of it. When you choose to nourish your body, listen to its rhythms, and support it through change, you give yourself the gift of presence. You show yourself the same love you've spent a lifetime giving to others. So what can you do? You can stay informed, you can stay curious, you can stay connected to your body, to your community, to the joy still available each and every day. Your journey is not behind you. It's still unfolding. And with the right care, it can be rich, rewarding, and filled with strength. Thank you for sharing this time with Elder Wisdom. If this video has given you clarity, comfort, or inspiration, we gently encourage you to subscribe to us. Leave a comment, share your story, or simply say hello. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, be well, be kind to yourself, and remember, this stage of life is not about fading. It's about deepening, softening, and thriving in new and beautiful ways.